Oh, what's up, y'all? How you doing? This is Night Rider. We're gonna talk about tonight. We're gonna talk about a topic. Actually, it's not about motorcycles. I do some vlogs every once in a while. Now we're gonna talk about men or women and power and what it does to people. Over 90% of people cannot handle power. What I mean by power, I mean authority over others, control over others. And it can be from even the smallest bit of power even to great power. When I say small, I mean almost insignificant amount of power. You know, you guys ever hear somebody call somebody a rent-a-cop or a mall security? You know those guys who take that sense of authority way just straight to their head, and they adopt an arrogant, haughty attitude, a smug attitude, and they take advantage of people because they are in a position of authority. You know, there are a lot of people who are on the bottom who complain about people like that, but I've learned and seen that those same people who complain about them would do the same. It is very difficult to have power or authority over others and wield it in a responsible and a kind manner. You know, you always hear people say that you can't be a boss and be their friend, or you can't be, as a parent, you can't be your kid's friend. There's this myth that along with authority, you have to be almost domineering or a tyrant over people. I understand that you have to make hard decisions. Sometimes you're in a position of authority, or you have to take control, and sometimes people will like it, sometimes they won't. That's part about being a leader. I understand that. But I'm saying that 98% of people misuse and mishandle that authority. Perfect example, take a guy who is in charge of others at your job. Since he knows he is a boss, he will most likely talk to you in a manner that he would never talk to anyone outside of work, because most likely he'd get the taste smacked out of his mouth. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't even have to ask you. If you have ever had a boss, you've always had that one guy who acts like a jerk because he knows he can. Talks to you in a demeaning manner, just is socially abusive, you know, derogatory, because they know that they can do it and get away with it. Now, outside of that work area, they'll probably catch a beat down for how they treat people, but they do it in that setting because they have the authority to do it. They have the power to do so without any repercussions. I find that disgusting in people. I absolutely do. I know you guys do too. But while at the same time you probably feel disgusted by it, it's very likely that you probably would do the same. You know that saying, power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. I mean, it's extremely hard to know that you have the power, let's say, not to be nice to people, but still do it anyway. Like, you ever have a friend who just recently started making a lot of money or got put into a management position, and all of a sudden now he's a totally different person? You know, that's something about people in general that I've noticed, that they can't handle it. I mean, I give a good example. I used to work at a place that sold DVDs, whatever, and you know, because of problems with piracy, they had to check people walking out of the facility to make sure they weren't stealing DVDs. And there was this guy who had like a wand. It's like a little scattered wand that he had a holster for, and he would scan everybody, right? The way he would look at you was like you were an underling, or like you were almost an Egyptian slave building a pyramid. And he would whip out the wand like a cowboy whipping out a gun. Oh, was blinking yellow. He would whip it out like and stand back till the next person come up. He would whip it back out and scan them. Then whip it back in. I thought he was joking, you know, being a jerk, but I sat back in awe and looked at him. He was dead serious. He took that job, not even the job, the power, so seriously. And the way he looked at people was like, I swear to God, his attitude was like he was protecting the President of the United States of America. And just the arrogant vibe across his face. Now, just imagine if he actually had any kind of real power, how he would act. This guy's protecting DVDs, you know, sticking Pixar cartoons and stuff, and he's acting that way. Just imagine if he was actually put in a leadership position. And the sad part is there are countless people like that. There are countless people like that. And those people, how can I put this? When I look for control, I look for control of my own life. I like to be in control of my life, to be able to do the things that I want to do without being hindered by someone else. But there are people out there who seek to control other people. They want to be a boss, not... I want to be a boss to have control of my own personal life. A lot of people like to be bosses to control others. They want to be in control of other people. They never verbalize it, but all their actions speak louder than any words they could ever say. They enjoy that power, and they definitely enjoy having it over people. I don't care about having that power over people at all. I care about having power over my own life. I want to be able to do the things that I do. And being a manager or a boss or a supervisor gives me that, then that's what I want. If it's not, then it's not. It has nothing to do with other people. I don't take pleasure in controlling people. I would take pleasure in being a good leader and serving the people that I am leading or whatever. And that's what leadership is. You're really in service to people that are your support. People that are your subordinates. But a lot of people view it the other way around, that their subordinates are in service to them. I don't like that. I don't like that. Whenever I'm in a position of authority, I try my best to show everyone dignity and respect and realize that I'm there and mostly part in service. When you're leading, a leader is supposed to be in service to people that he's leading, not the other way around. And people forget that. People don't know that, and so they see that as, this is my time to take control. And that's why we have so many problems in our workplace and in the world in general. People can't handle power. They can't. All the way from mall security all the way up to the White House. People can't handle power. The older I get and the more I, you know, associate and deal with people, it just becomes so much more clear every single time. I've seen people at jobs talk to employees in a way that will get them almost shot. And I'm not saying that to be exaggerating. You know, guys don't know much about me, but I grew up in places where if you talk to people a certain way, you get killed, man. But these people do it at a place of business because they know if any person says anything back to them, they'll lose their job. And so them not talking back isn't fear of that person or respect. They got families to feed. So they're sucking up their pride for their family, their kids at home who got to eat, a wife, you know, taking care of the pet, whatever it is. And so that's what makes it that much more revolting that someone would do that to somebody, holding their job over their head. Now, go outside that job, say that same thing to that person, then see what happens. But they don't. We all know they don't. People who need power are usually people who are powerless in their personal life. No one listens to them. No one cares about them. they're uninteresting. And so when they get to their job, people have to listen to them. And they feed off that. You know, they get high off that stuff. Some of the best leaders I've ever had, best bosses, were people who took absolutely no desire in it. They could care less about that. They cared about being fair and being respectful. And they made the hard decisions when they had to. I respected it. So, but that's a part of life. We gotta suck it up and deal with these people to handle our business, you know. If you hate it, if you don't like being treated like that, then whenever you're in that position, make sure you don't be that way. Don't be that guy who hates being treated like that, but then when he gets his turn, does the same thing. Like, oh, now it's my time. My turn. Don't be a douchebag. Treat people with respect and dignity and kindness. Whether you have to or not, it should not be a factor. You should do it, period. Like an example, I used to watch, this seemed like it's unrelated, but it is. I was watching Survivor, and there was this really nerdy, homely looking, scrawny guy who sucked at all the challenges. And he was losing a lot, which you could probably imagine was part of his life in the physical department. And then toward the end, he started winning challenges and started having the upper hand. And he went from being a humble, cool, nice, humorous guy to quickly, and I mean quickly, to being an arrogant, smug, almost cruel jerk. And what that says to me is you were only that kind or that nice because you had to be, because you didn't have other options. What I mean by that is, all right, let's take this is gonna sound mean, let's take an ugly girl who no guy wants, no guy's attracted to, they don't like. You gotta have a good personality. You want attention. Ugly girls with great personalities are easy to find. We all know this. It may sound horrible, but we all know this. Ugly girls or ugly guys are easy to find with good personalities. Now, you take a hot girl, I ain't talking about hot guys, but you take a hot girl, those are so hard to find good personalities. To find a hot girl with a good sense of humor, who's kind, not arrogant. You know what we call those? Wifey. The reason being is because when a woman is that attractive, they have the option to be nice or not, because they're going to get attention regardless. They know that. That's why you see a lot of jerkers girls that are hot. They get away with it. You're ugly and jerk, your life is over. So, but now I'm rambling, but that's my little bit. That's how I feel. Just want to speak about it. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. What have y'all experiences with men or women abusing power? How does it make you feel? I think it sucks. So go ahead, click the thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment. You watching Night Rider, this is my channel, the one and only. Got people out there stealing my videos, which I can't believe I'm actually even popular enough to be stolen. People be stealing my videos. It's strange, but they are. So y'all have a good night, wherever you are, good day, good morning. Stay safe.